I want to especially welcome every one of us. I believe we all have this pamphlet with us. So it explains basically what we do. So I want to especially welcome every one of us. So basically some of us are asking why are we here. So it's just for us to have fun and to learn about real estate. I believe most of us are preparing for 2022 already, and we are looking at how is 2022 going to look like. I know some of us here are already realtors. Some of us realtors want to be. Some of us are probably agents and things like that. So you don't really know, okay, what's this hangout going to be like? Okay, shortly, we are going to be sharing opportunities with us that we can take advantage of. So this is Lifepage, and we've been doing this for the past 9 years. Over the past 9 years, I believe we've given out, we've made a lot of people rich. Let me use that word. And one of the things we share our vision in a very small statement, and we say it's making lives richer. So no matter the state you are, joining us today or having a contact with us today, one thing that is very, very sure is that we're going to make your life richer. So that is one thing. So there's touching us. Okay, I wanted to say that anything we touch turns to gold. So anybody that touches us to what, their life turns to gold. So I want to especially welcome every one of us. So for those of us that, okay, what is this company all about? Basically, the summary of what we are all about is in this pamphlet. I know because we are playing games, we are doing a lot of stuff and all of that. You might not have time to read, but take time out of the gaming period to go through this brochure, this mini brochure about Lifepage, and you understand fully everything that we do. And definitely for those of us that are here that are going to be joining us, joining the team, there are more, we get to meet each other more, and we'll get to know each other better, and we'll get to have more fun like this in the coming days, coming weeks, and most importantly, in 2022. So I want to just specially welcome you. Thank you very much, and let the fun continue.
Okay, can we put our hands together for Mr. Conroy? You can do it better. If you enjoy his voice, you can do it better.
Bob Clement, we call him OC. He likes to call himself Chief Servant of the House, but no, it's our Chief. Can we celebrate? Celebrate!
Thank you so much, everyone, for making time out to be here. I deeply appreciate your time, and I'm not going to wait. Okay. One major reason why majority of us are here is because we want to hammer. True or false? If that is not part of your reason for coming, then you're probably in the wrong place. Okay. So where there is no vision, the people perish. But I've come to realize over the years, I've got over 20 years working experience, actually over 21 now, my working career. And I can tell you, where there is no people, the vision also can be delayed, suspended, can even be aborted. True or false? So anyone who wants to make it big in life, right, regardless of the industry in which they play or want to play, they must put people at the center of their vision. Let me tell you the hard truth. I don't intend to waste your time, but there's a lot I could share with you here, but we don't have time. We are here to chill, have fun, network, and then move on to the next level. But the ultimate, after all this chilling and networking, is that we want to hammer, right? Yes. But we want to hammer legitimately. Please take note of that. Anybody who has known me for upward of these 20 years and I've been working will tell you something that is very consistent with my life, and that is, I hate seeing people poor. I hate poverty with a passion. That's one thing that keeps me go to bed late and wake up very early. My schedule is crazy. This year I've read over 100 books. This year I've done amazing things, right? In spite of my very busy schedule. But one thing that drives me at the end of the day is still, you can't hear me.
We can hear you. Stay in the middle.
This is the middle.
Okay.
So, can you hear me now?
Yes.
So, this is what drives us at Lifepage. We are primarily in the business of making lives richer. So you see, even the vision itself of making lives richer is about who? It's about who? So how do you know whether a vision is truly compelling or not? Is that it has people at the center. I've seen people who say, oh, I'm a veterinary doctor. You see, there's a difference between a customer and a consumer. At the end of the day, the consumer may not necessarily be the customer, right? The consumer is the end user. A veterinary doctor may care for pets, dogs, cats, and the rest of it. But the customer is the owner of the pet. If he does any advert that does not position and reaches the customer, what happens? Which of the pets will see the advert and make a buying decision? If you run a school, a crèche, for example, the pupils that will attend your school are the consumers. But the parents of those pupils are your customers. Everything you must do must be speaking to them. But again, that's not even where it ends. There are other internal customers. These are the people that drives everything else. In fact, when your internal customers are not excited, are not, they've lost their steam, whether you like it or not, what happens at the end of the day? The external customers will begin to lose their steam. So as an organization, one of our renewed commitments, always been there, but one of our renewed commitments as we move forward into the coming year and the year beyond, we have a vision which is to build 1 million homes by 2041. And somebody once asked me, how possible is that even the federal governments have not done that in 30 years and all of those things? I said, we will surpass it. We will surpass it. We will surpass it. I'm not praying, just, in fact, it has already been settled. So, if you know anything about the landmass that we have in Nigeria, PwC a while back valued our debt capital in real estate alone in Nigeria over $930 billion. We have the potential. That is in Nigeria, not Africa. The housing demand across Africa is unbelievable. Now, yes, there are no doubts we have humongous challenges, but it depends on your perspective. It depends on how you see those challenges. One of the things that we have seen, and that I share with people all the time, is that what you see is different from how you see. What you see is perception. How you see it is perspective. And to a very large extent, that's what determines what you make out of pain, out of discomfort, out of challenges. We as a company, we as a people have made up our minds that we're going to see it as opportunities. We're not going to see them as stumbling blocks. Rather, we'll see them as stepping stone, for greater good of the African people. And that's essentially why we've gathered this together. So the question is, when this thing is being resolved, what is in it for you? Okay, so we have a single philosophy, actually twofold philosophy. And that philosophy says, if you help enough people get what they want, you will have what you need. The smartest way, I know of no smarter, legitimate way. I apologize for the discomfort it hits. It's because we just wanted to make it a lot of fun, right? That's why we decided to do it in this manner. And we decided to do it right here in our office complex. Now, so I promise you I'll be done in a moment. If you help enough people get what they want, you will have what you need. So the smarter way to be wealthy is to help enough people be wealthy. Is that not correct? Yes. If you live, many years ago, I discovered this and it has helped me. There are 3 levels in life. There is the survival level. And it's a terrible place you can ever find yourself. When you hear people say, we masses. Me, I'm not part of them. Are you part of them?
No.
I'm not part of the masses. It's a survival level. And at the survival level, it's about me, myself, and I. I've seen people gone into business on that premise. I've seen people go into relationships on the premise of me, myself, and I. And they wonder why the relationship did not work. They wonder why the business did not survive. You went in there to serve yourself, not to serve people. If you go in there with the objective that I want to make people the priority, your own needs will even disappear without you noticing. Today, by the grace of God, I have achieved quite a lot. But at the very beginning, poor people called us poor. Hello? When I say to people, I say, when a broke person calls you broke, who are you? You are a broker. That's what describes who we were. Okay? And so, I can tell you for free, we can have a greater, more prosperous Nigeria, more prosperous Africa, if we make people the center of our pursuits. Listen, when people ask you, how are you? Do they really mean it? Because if they truly mean it, when you say fine, it's just the courteous thing to say. True of us. And most people are not really fine. So if you were interested in how they were, when you say, how are you? And the person says fine, you ask the next question, really? And then if the person considers you in a position to respond, the next thing is that do you have time? You have come with baggage. A lot of us here have baggages. But I want to propose the smartest. Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's good that you do that so that it can calm down the nerves a bit. So please, some drinks are coming to you. Now, but what I've seen is that when you concentrate on having your needs met, you struggle, you remain in the survival level for much longer. And that's what has perpetuated the struggle for most people. This is one of the secrets of my personal life. And I am sharing this very, very sincerely. I had a story, quite instructive. Please pay attention to this story. A teacher, a class teacher, called the students in this room, in the room, and then there's this balloon they have to inflate, and then they wrote the names of every student on each of these balloons, different colors, and then kept it into one room. And then the teacher gave an instruction, please follow me carefully, because this commonwealth can be distributed evenly and across board if all of us do not seek our own interest alone. Listen to this carefully. The teacher said to the students, everybody go and pick the one that carries your name. And what do you expect to happen? There was commotion. There was confusion because it was difficult to identify which one was, and everybody had to be careful, otherwise the balloon will get busted. You understand what I'm talking about? And then he told them, hold on, everybody, hold on a moment, just hold on a moment. So he called them out and says, let us appoint one person. Let the person go there and be calling each person's name out one after the other, and all of us will find our own. You realize that when you help people find their balloon, it will be much easier to find yours. What you are busy pursuing, looking for all over the place, is hidden in you helping others find theirs. That is what this vision is built upon. In solving other people's problems, we have our own financial and housing dream resolved. There's no one of us here who doesn't want to have a house of his or her own and does not want to retire rich. And let me be honest with you. I know of no smarter way, no legitimate way by which you can retire well, retire rich, than by being a realtor with Lifepage. There are 4 ways by which you can play in the real estate space. And pay attention to this. Number 1, you can be a developer. You can be a developer. You can be a developer. But it's capital intensive. right? And not many people have the know-how. And even if you do, it comes with a lot of rigor. Managing costs, managing governments, you have obligation to government, obligation to staff, obligation to many things. So building that system comes with a lot of rigor. So, but it's not a bad idea if you have what it takes. 2, you can be an investor. That's another smart way. You can maintain your day job, and then a portion of your income or salary or revenue can be going towards preparing for a future where you will not have to work for money, where the money would have prepared a very comfortable place for you. That's an investment level. And it's not a bad idea. Every one of us got to invest if we must retire rich anyway. Number 3 is to be a regulator, where you control, manage, you regulate operators within the space. And you can do that by collaborating with government, right? Either by setting up a company and then letting government know. Because there are many, I don't want to go into the details since that's not really my focus today. It's about how you can regulate every industry. Number 4 is by being a realtor, a broker, or real estate consultant. Give it any other name. And this is the cheapest of it all. But you see, I've seen a lot of realtors struggle, and the missing link is what I started with. What is in it for me, myself, and I? If you can help enough people get what they want, you will have all you need. In fact, one of the things that sustained and has kept us in this business, we struggled when we started out. We struggled. But if our priority was on me, myself, and I, we would never have been able to pull through some of the challenges that we went through. I remember those early days. We worked till 12 a.m. And because it was a shared office, being a person will get money, they rent office. Or when it's a borrowed office, shared office, you have to go and drop key because there are other users of the same place. And each time we go to deliver the key, they are already asleep. And sometimes when we are fortunate enough to meet the people who are like the custodians of the keys, they will ask, what are you people, do you people still receive customer at this hour of the night? We're working assiduously on the vision. That spirit has not gone. That's still what is driving us. I don't want to start going into my kind of schedule. So that the goal is not to intimidate anybody. It's just to inspire somebody to know that, sorry, this is how we've been doing the work. And this is what is driving it. This is what is inspiring it. I've seen people who are also in real estate who are struggling. And they call themselves developers. If this objective changes, if the reason you are in it changes to the people, both the people you are going to serve and the people that are working with you, then I can almost guarantee you are going to succeed. And so this is a call for those of you who want to have somebody like me and some of my, very successful colleagues in this company as your coach, as your mentor, right, to succeed. Then this is a call to you. I don't know if I get my point. There is a lot in this. And one of the visions that we have for our realtors is that we are raising 1,000 global millionaires. Now note my words carefully. What did I say? It's not just a few, we're not trying to excite you. Global millionaires because it has to be global. If you're a millionaire in Nigeria, you are still poor. We convert your 10 million or 30 million to dollars. You are thousandaire. So you have to be a global millionaire. And that's actually what moves you to become a high net worth individual. And it means you are among the very few richest of all human beings on planet Earth. In conclusion, I have the temptation to extend my because I know we also came here But did you get something from what I said? Have I made any sense? Have I wasted your time? No. Should we crack some jokes? I can cause a cold. Come on, crack some jokes. All right, so, but to be honest with you, there is no better retirement agenda than to plug yourself into what we have. 2022 is a mega year. When I mean mega.
Yes, sir.
We have positioned ourselves, we've done all sorts of things, and what we've done this year, last year, is child's play. But we all need to position ourselves, right, to get the most out of what is coming in the coming year. There are many things I can't say because I can't say it now. I can't say it now because it's mixed multitude. We have a careful plan mapped out, and the structure, a template that will drive everything. And then we have one of the most amazing, rewards. I'm sure that some of my colleagues are still going to come. They are not controlling me now. They are not managing my time. Accurate timekeeper is not here. Can I continue to talk? Where's the MC? I'm not continuing. Yeah, so if I need to say anything else, and then if we'll be coming to tables, different tables, or we'll be interacting, I'm here. I'm here. Say you understand? I'm here. No corona. Hello. So I'm here. We will interact, and then whatever I can, if I understand your particular situation, I can recommend, right? I can advise. And then if you ever, even as a realtor, want to become a developer, there's a pathway. We have a career path for you. And you guys are talking about, it's clearly mapped out. It's not, there's no confusion in Jesus' name.
Actually, Sam, please, you still need to stand around, Chris. We are going to go into clusters. I think maybe if you have any questions.
Hold on. How many of you want to become global millionaires? If you want us to show you the path, right? You have a role to play. Don't get it wrong. You have a part to play. I say it all the time. Miracles is a function of collaboration between divinity and humanity. There is no miracle that will take place in your life and my life that will take God alone to make happen. And there is no miracle that will happen in your life that will take your effort alone. You need a unity between divinity and humanity. And that means, as human beings, we have responsibility, we have part to play. We will show the path to play, we will show you the path to follow. Your path is to follow the path. And in 5 years, max, 5 years too long, and if your concentration, which was where I started from, I know that's the way a lot of Nigerians think. That's why we get scammed all the time. They show us quick, now, no foundation, no base. That's why we fall into ditch all of the time. But if you don't want to fall victim of all these scams, then, and you need someone that understands the rope. Listen, next year, May 2nd, we'll make it exactly 10 years we've been in business. And it's something we are very excited about. We've laid some very solid foundation. Now we are ready to build. And we're going to build massively. And together with you, we're going to achieve it on a mega scale. Together, everybody achieves more. I think that's the summary. If he has anything else you want to say, come and say. But on a personal level, I will show you when you register. I won't tell you more than that.
Thank you, sir. Can I put our hands together for him? Are we busy with our hands? I still think we are better. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's hear from the Executive Director for Sales. And he probably has one or two things to share with us as a hint, as to how to be a part of this project. You're welcome, sir.
I rather prefer to be called Francis, not TD. I like entitlement than the title. How many of you like the money than just getting big names? CEO that doesn't have turnover of 5 million in a year. We help. Apologies that I'm being this blunt, but in the real sense of it, one good thing, when we began this journey a little over 9 years ago, there were things we struggled with. It took some of us 8 months, 10 months to boot let alone to start generating results. I could remember vividly, at that point in time, there were things, maybe in 2 years, between 2012 and August 2013, I'm sure I possibly didn't sell up to 20 plots of land. But between September 1st and November 8th precisely, I sold as much as 138 plots. So there is something that I've come to know ever since then. And so the point is, the journey you want to go through, the long route you want to ply, you can cut it short. What took us 8 months, 10 months, several years to build, you can know it, you can break that code in 3 months, in 2 months. All you need is focus. One of the key things I've also come to realize, at that point in time when I said I sold 138 plots, it was product of 150, 200. Even at that time, it made a lot of sense and all of that, and it changed the dynamics. Today, at some point, it turned to a product of a little over 1 million, 1.8, 2 million, and all of those things. Today, I want to have discussion on anything that is not in tens of millions. And it has also become easy. The same way it is easy for us, you can also learn that craft. I tell people that there's the spirit of entrepreneurship, there's the art of entrepreneurship, and I can't remember the third one, but the fact that it's an art means that you can learn it. And so the spirit is what you bring to the table, the enthusiasm you bring to the not giving up spirit. I can remember those days when I need to go do presentations in some places. I will have trekked long distances that I'll be sweating. I will fall over and stand in front of the IC. You don't need to go through that route. There are things that you need, that you just get the password and things begin to work for you with it. Without missing word, at some point last year, there were weeks that the list that was coming, during lockdown, I was making not less than 3 million for about 3 months, 6 months, back to back, every week. I'm not missing word. I don't need to impress anybody. You know, OC, I said OC. I see you, he's also OC. We call him OC at the office. He said something about different places you could play as a developer, as an investor, and all of those things. We not only sell these things, we also play in those things. We invest. We do all of these things for ourselves. But, you know, when you begin the journey as a realtor, have a big picture thinking. Don't just think of, I want to cash out, I want to make money, I want to buy a car. Those are the least things that should be on your mind. You should have a goal to say, okay, in the next 5 years, at least I want to have 5 houses of my own. I struggle to pay for the first half plot of land I bought, but I can't count how many houses today. So but it all began from the place of being a realtor, doing all of this. But you should have a clear vision. The fact that somebody by your side doesn't have a clear picture of what they want to achieve doesn't mean that you shouldn't have one. And I tell people, even me, you can overtake me. Overtaking is allowed. Overtaking. What looks like almost a person they make this kind of money, you can dust it. There are transactions. As a matter of the kind of conversations I want to have now. You tell me a company wants to buy an entire 50 unit of apartment. That's the kind of conversations I want to be having. It's the same talk. Let's confirm to me if I'm right. If we only have 4 persons here, what I'm saying, how many people will hear it? If we are 200 here, how many people will hear it? Am I saying different things? The same information. That's the power we want to show to you. How to make it happen. It will. I don't go. I can't remember the last time I had a physical meeting with anybody. But I can't call the figure of sales I've closed. I don't need to meet anybody. As long as we are offering value, and one of our executive directors is there, they sit down, they eat, they dream product development. What will give value? Why should you sell something to a client and the person is not happy to see you next time? That's one of the more reasons why you should choose this brand. Because one, you won't be dodging from the person. You won't be avoiding the person's call. You will understand the big picture. And that's the more reason why it should be here. And I think I want to rest my case here. Thank you all. See you on the top.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so it's time for questions and answers. And I'd like to have our EDs on standby, just so that when the questions are coming, they will just be helping me to chest them, to the left and to the right. You have a question, because I'm going to number us. You have a question? 1. Please come around.
Can they write it?
Can you write your question? Do you have a note? If you have a note, you can
write it so
send.
that we can
See you. I need one representative of from the customer experience unit.
Sorry, if I invest 1 million naira for 1 year, how much interest will I get?
Look, I got the question. I can take that.
If you invest 1 million naira
For 1 year, how much interest
would you get?
First, you must understand that your objective is critical. You can be investing to buy land. You can invest in your purchase of land because I will just tell you get 1%, you get 3%, you get 5%. That's not the reason we have put this together. But it's important to mention here that you can invest for the object. We are investing primarily in real estate. Everything we do here is real estate. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Primary objective of everything we do here is real estate. But there are people who do not have the wherewithal, who do not have the capital to invest on a mega level to acquire the property. Because if you own the property, it can produce, you can decide to sell it later on and make margin. True or false? But there are people who don't even have the means to acquire property at that level, who decide that, sorry, I want to be a part of those who are investing for a project, right? And then they get return. But at the end of the day, whatever it is that you choose, whatever investment option you choose, whether to invest towards cash or assets, what matters at the end of the day is what was your objective. Do you get the point I'm making? Your investment objective, your risk appetite, your risk tolerance, how much time you have, and then how much return on investment is suitable for your risk appetite. Because there's no risk, there's no return without risk. Every return comes with a risk. There's no such thing as risk-free investment anywhere. Even if you keep it in bank. I hope you know that NDIC, the coverage on bank deposits is, even if you have 30 billion on your bank account, NDIC you only cover 500,000 naira. Are you aware of that? But you feel safe keeping your money there. That's why they also don't give you as much return as justifies the length of time you kept the money. So at the end of the day, your objective and all of this, the risk tolerance and risk appetite are two different, attendant risk, I beg your pardon, attendant risk associated with the investment. Welcome, sir. Attendant risk. You ask a simple question, but because this is a mixed multitude, sometimes what somebody is asking is not exactly what it is interpreted by everybody. So you need to cover every ground. Yeah. It's only when I see you one-on-one that I'll be able to know exactly what is your, because you have 1 million does not mean you should even put it here. It may be suitable for the bank. Keep it in the bank because of your objective. Do you get the point I'm making? So attendant risk so what is the risk of losing that money? It's something that people don't hardly appraise. Then your own risk tolerance is also one thing that most people don't appraise. The fact that something is giving this much return does not mean you have the appetite for such risk. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying here. So your 1 million or your 500,000 or your 1 billion, when you bring it to the table, we will now discuss and say, okay, so what exactly is your plan? What exactly do you want to achieve? If it will produce better for you elsewhere, we will let you know. That's even the sincerity of this business. That's how we operate. So if you also want to buy land, you can buy land to build. You can buy land to sell. You can buy land to keep. At the end of the day, it still comes back to objective. Do you get the point I'm making? But if you don't have the means to buy the kind of land that we have, but you can invest so that your money does not stay idle, then there are places to apply it. We can always give. But we currently have some investment options which will elapse by the end of this year. So you can consult, go on our website. If it is You can do invest.lifepage.ng to give you all the details. If you want to buy a home, housing.lifepage.ng. If it is land, just put land.lifepage.ng to take you there. Or stay behind and then
you can have a conversation.
absolutely. Not necessarily with me. I can't meet everybody. So but my guys are here too.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Can we put our hands together for you? Thank you very much, sir. So the next question here is, how do I register? Very simple. The customer experience team are out there. They are ready to take your registrations of what you need. So another question here is, how do you use OPM? I'm not sure I know what OPM is, but I think I see it. How do you use OPM to start your own real estate business?
That's a consultancy work. You come for consultancy and pay.
Okay.
Okay, so this question is to you directly. How do you read books? And what informed the books you read?
Fantastic question you've asked, because not everybody would ask, except it's been a burden and it's a struggle for me. It was a struggle for me too, until I realized that no matter how sweet a particular meal is, if you lack appetite, you will not eat it, you won't finish the food. True or false? Yes, sir. Talk to me, true or false? True. So, the first thing that inspires me is interest. So, if you read in your areas of interest. So, anything that has to do with wealth creation, business, real estate, leadership, sales, those are the areas of my interest. And the other interests that I have, which I can't mention here, but not because anything is wrong, but I understand the environment in which I am. So, but those are the things. So interest, appetite for certain subject areas is what is the starting point. Number two is that the way, if you have a bowl of eba right in front of you, do you finish it at a go? Talk to me. Do you finish it at a go?
No.
Nobody's talking to me.
No.
You take it one moselle after another, right?
Yeah.
That is like reading the book 1 page at a time. It can be 1 chapter a day. If it has 8 chapters in 8 days, you are done reading the book. And because you entered into the book with a sense of curiosity, you are quickly looking for the answer, because you went there because there's a bonding, there's a question in your heart, you are looking for solutions. So when the person is speaking something, when they are telling some stories, you ignore those stories and go to the meat. Am I communicating here? Yes. And there are books that they are only usable as reference materials. Do you get the point I'm making? Do you understand what I'm talking about? For example, now, the Bible is a reference material. Encyclopedia is a reference material. And there are several other reference materials that even if you choose to read it, you still have to plan it in that manner. So that's one of the ways. And then there's a hack that I use also, and I recommend for most of my proteges. I don't think it's something I want to share with you. You are not, why should I give it out? You say what? No, when you fulfill your intention.
Exactly.
So there are other hacks that can help you achieve that. And then I'm sure, because of the size of responsibilities I'm carrying and the one that I foresee in the future, I know I need to double so that I won't be stupid when I'm before presidents and governors. You understand what I'm talking about? So I can make sense to world leaders. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So if you are raising global millionaire, one day they will say, okay, come and explain yourself. How did you do it? Then you have to be presenting data. Your head has to be correct. Is that correct? So that's why.
So this question is very relatable, and it's a sales question. I don't know if Mr. Francis is around the corner. Thank you. Okay, so one of the most issues I face is how to get high-end clients. Just as ED Sales said, he seldomly have physical meetings with clients and closes deals weekly. Please, how can one get clients even when my circles are youth struggling to get a job?
Okay, I like the fact that with what he ended with, youth struggling to get a job. So number one, I've had opportunity to meet people who are youth corpers and who have given me access. What I need is access. The CEO just talked about reading, developing the mind to be able to solve big problems for big people, because most times we desire the big clients, but we can't solve the problems of the big clients. So your ability to first develop yourself, and if you don't, sometimes it's like having a 150,000 naira product or 500,000 naira for product for somebody who's looking for 500 million to put the money, the person will not answer you. It's a mismatch. So, which is the whole idea behind this hangout? It's to enhance collaboration. To say, okay, you know me. When I say you know me, you know the company, you know Lifepage. When you are speaking to that person, because we have substance, we have value to present to the person, you can then present the opportunity. But tracking back a bit, what you need from those people is access. Somebody can be a student, but have an uncle who is doing well. Have a pastor, somebody worshiping in their church, in their mosque, who is doing well. You can leverage on that relationship. What is missing is your own capacity to see that possibility and also provide solution to what they need. So, like we all hear the song, even Dangote still dey find money. So, everybody you come across have a need in their lives. Your ability to decode that need and provide possible solution is the access to your own money-making machine. You end up having a money minting ATM in your own house that you are the only one who know the password. Somebody saw me outside just now and said, was asking BO that you need to give us Mr. Francis' password. I said, how much are you willing to pay for it? That's quite more of a joke. However, you need to have value to offer. You need to also, something can be very valuable. A car is very valuable. But if it's a manual car and you don't know how to change gear, you just sit down there, all the best you will enjoy is the AC. Is the AC all that the car has to offer? No. So the fact that a product now exists, then you have somebody who has a need. You need, okay, if you bought a plane now, are you the one who need to put a pilot through on how to use the plane? How to take you from one destination to the other? No. So if you say you are a consultant, why should the pilot be the one guiding you how to go about it? There are a whole lot of trainings, a whole lot of things that you will learn as soon as you join this team. I don't want to go into all the details, but quite a number of things that you will learn on this job, on this business. One thing I must also say, don't come with an employee mindset. Come with a business person's mindset. Think possibilities, and all of these things will aid you in being able to achieve all of those things. So I can tell you more than 10 things because one of the things that people don't do as well when you get to meet people, what they do is they just want to say what we have is land in Mowe, Almond County. What we have is how many people who know me see flyers up and down online? People who know me, you hardly see that. You hardly see that. It's not by littering it. It's good to do all of those ones. Visibility, consciousness, top of the mind awareness, all those things are good. But where the money is, join this team.
There are some of us here now. Part of the things that we would need to do with you is to troubleshoot your thinking. Some of you have not yet given yourself permission to be rich. Some of you already feel guilty that this global millionaire. Hope it's not conventional that these people are promoting here. Hope it's not Greek that these people are promoting here. It's a religious mindset that has caged a lot of people. Let me be honest with you. I'll admit here, I've been there myself. Where you feel like, if you now become rich now, all the witches, all your village people will not come after you. When you are poor, people talk about you. When you are rich, they talk. It's better to be rich and they talk than to be poor and they are still talking. Because you know why I know that they talk about poor people? When you start begging all around, you become a case for the people you are begging. They will now say, that's how they talk about you. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Janet was in my house yesterday. Let me employ you. He will not. And he still came to say her student has expired. And she's married. Oh, I don't know what kind of man they married. That's how they talk about poor people.
Yeah.
So everybody's being talked about. Is that the question? Which one are they? Are they talking about you as a rich person or as a poor person? So the day you give yourself the permission to be rich, that's when your life begins to change. Let me tell you something. If you go to a restaurant and a bottle of Coke is 3,000, and you say, that's a pot of soup, something has not changed in your mind. We need to uninstall the software and then install the proper one. I've gone to, how do we reset it?
Hard reset.
Come, join. Hello, join. One time I was asking my mentor, I said, sir, what is spectacular about all this business class something? He said, when you enter it, you will never dream of going back. Another mentor, distant mentor of mine, was describing a particular scenario he experienced while traveling international one time. He said a child was asking the mom, "Mommy, who are those people at the back?" He said the mother did not know how she was going to explain to the baby. He said, oh, they are poor people. Poor people are the one at the back. Rich people are the one in front. You know, children ask a lot of very funny questions and you don't know how to respond to them. He says, poor people are, those people are poor people. Let me be honest with you. If you fly business class or first class, it's not the same thing. It's not the same condition. Physical condition you arrive. It's not the same thing.
It's not.
The one that they will pack you like sardine. It's not the same thing. You can try economy. I don't do economy anymore, whether local or international. I don't. It's torture to my brain because you need something that will help you to. So we will do that. To get one point I'm making. And then that's all.
The question here is just another sales question that says, how do you handle the issue of sales or closing sales? Okay, sorry about that. So can you address the issue of sales or closing sale with a client as a realtor when the client says, I will get back to you after conversation?
So these are not questions to handle here. It's like
we'll go through.
There's a curriculum. As a matter, you can't exhaust some of the things. The recorded version alone, you can't exhaust it in a week. Much more personal touch. You know, if I answer this question in a general platform, not even about another question being generated, your temperament, the temperament of the person you are talking to, they all play a role. The way I look at you, I will have eye contact with you if I'm meeting you in person. We also don't listen. It's that thing that we have in that pro. I want to make money. I want to make money. That's just the first thing. That's why he said we need to uninstall certain things. You would know what works for this person. The way I will address you, sir, is a way different from the way I will address it. And the way you even initiate the conversation will help you to know the password to that person. Everybody have their mumu button. Just ensure that you are off, including myself. It's just a function of having extra value to offer, then the mumu button settles in faster. So what it takes you, so you can talk to somebody and it feels, because she can talk to somebody and the person is willing to invest 500 million and the best the person does is 1 million. And you'll be happy. But I go there, he will look for more money to add to that 500 million and give to me.
That's not me.
Hey, so that's the reward for distracting me while I was speaking. You know, so these things, they're not cast in stone. These things, when you come, there are books we will recommend. Selling is psychology, and you need to understand it, the full buffet, but you now dish it out per time as people need it. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me add to it. You know, he's a practical sales person. I'm an upcoming sales person. I'm upcoming. But you see, selling is like toasting. very simply, it's like toasting. How many of you are married here? Because it gives you an idea and a sense of those who have toasted and those who have been toasted. How many of you are married? If you are married, you have been toasted. And there are those of you who are not married, you know they are toasting you, you have been toasted and everything. I won't say anything about that. So, but, the same way the day the person said yes was not the day you asked her out, would you marry me? That's the same way, it's sometimes not. That's where the issue of personality you talked about comes in. Different strokes for different folks. There are people that are slow decision makers. They're just checking you out. But the day they will make up their mind, that's tsunami. So if your objective, and all of these things are part of the training programs that we have, it's a curriculum. And we teach, do, teach, do, teach, do. Do you get my point? There are some things that is not on. It's not the class that you will get it. 24-hour classroom training cannot compare with 1 hour field training. Do you get the point I'm making? So different strokes for different folks. Even you, all of us that are here, there are some of us that are not talkers. You are introverted. But even as an introvert, there's a way to make money. And then if you are extroverted, there's a way to treat those who are introverted too. All of those psychologies, what we're going to be sharing with you. I believe that has helped. Okay.
Should I tell them?
Okay, say it.
Okay, all right. So someone is asking,
Is there any offer today for Financial Freedom Master Guide book? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Who knows about the book? You've seen the book? Okay.
you've seen the book?
You've seen the book? Have you read the book?
Can you get a copy?
Someone saw the book and
The person has not read the book. Okay,
so
who has read the book? You've read the book. You've seen the book. You've read it a bit. How does it feel? Interesting. Okay, then you need to get the book. Okay, so
would you answer the question?
Okay, so as I'm back. Okay, you're ready to one. Okay, you were sent. Okay, now there are two things everyone must do. This is my nature. I like to show the way, right? I just like to share whatever it is that's working for me. Two things. You are the same person 5 years from now, except for two things: the books you read and the company you keep. It has been one of my master secrets. It's no longer a secret, I've said it now. The books you read, the company you keep. If you work with 4 rich people today, in just a matter of time, you will be the 5th one. It's a law. There's no. But you know the challenge is that we don't feel comfortable with rich people. They are so arrogant. Why is he talking like that? You know, they are talking as though they are the owner. It's messing up your. And I've seen that a lot of times. We are not too comfortable, especially in this part of the world. We are not too comfortable. Getting a book, this book will transform you. It comes with a money back guarantee. And since you have asked the question, this book is 14,500 naira. I'm sure that some people are wondering. Somebody called me when we first launched this book and said, see, even while she was. Hello.
Hello.
What was I saying? I've lost my.
Somebody called
me when we first launched this book and said, OC, said all through her university education, she has never bought a book this expensive. Are you sure this book will deliver what you are saying? And I smiled, I said, yes, because money back guarantee. If you read the book and you practice what is there, it does not produce, call for your money. You keep the book and then we'll give you your money back. That's how, I've written quite a number of books, but this is the first one I'm writing. Not because other ones did not have money back guarantee, but this one, I'm too sure that if you read this one, you are done.
Alright, I hope you had enough fun today.
Yeah.
Alright, can you just tell me at least one thing you learned from today's event?
Oh, wow, it was awesome. It's been a total experience, mind opening. Okay, my connection with Lifepage actually exposed me to a lot of things. Like reset my mind, you know. And one thing about Lifepage, a word of advice to everyone here is what follows you determines who you follow, right? And that has been the true story about Lifepage, changing lives, making lives richer. It's been a full package for me, and I want to urge everyone to be a partner with Lifepage. Thank you.
Uh, this meeting today, I call it a meeting of elites, people that are ready to armor, as the CEO said, CEO of Lifepage said, people that are ready to armor. Are they here today? Global millionaires. And when I came to this place, I was expecting a lot of things, and my expectations were met. I was expecting to understand some techniques in making sales. I was expecting to understand how do you get high-end clients. I was expecting to understand who do you mingle with to make the sales. And one of the things the CEO said was that your complaint and the books you read will determine where you will be in the next 5 years. So, and I learned a lot of things here, and I would say that I'm glad that I'm here today because I met people that have the same mindset as I am, even people that have this growth mindset that I would like to emulate. So it's a very good one. Thank you very much.
How was it for you?
Yeah, it's been awesome actually, and we're able to learn a few things about investments. You know, how you can improve on yourself because the best let me say investment you can have so far is, you know, landed properties and all that. At the initial stage, you might not know the value, but you know, in some years to come, you know, nearest future, that is where you know the value of what you've gotten because that's happened to me. I'm actually a living testimony.
Lifepage, making lives richer.